Hi everybody, this is Rhonda with Sol Design. Thank you for joining me today. I've got a lot of tips and tricks to show you from polymer clay, and I've been gone for about a month. This is my first time back, and I'm really excited to show you some of the interesting things that I have to show you today. So let's get started. First of all, last in April, I had everybody who signed in and said something in the comment section to put their name in a little bucket that I have, and at the end of the month I would draw a name out, and that person would get either a pair of earrings or a bracelet. Lisa won last in April, and so this month bring a friend. Both of you sign in, and then both of you will get your names put into the bucket, and at the end of the month we'll go ahead and draw and see who gets that bracelet or earring set. So I'd love to have you. I'll even mail it to you, ship it to you. So bring your friends and come along and join me for this really cool show that I'm doing right now, and with all the tips and tricks that we have for polymer clay. So first of all, I have these colors right here. You'll see the greens, the yellows, and the blues. For this project, I used all of these colors here, and I will put the names on in the comment section when I'm done today. So you can see all of the colors that I have, and what I've done is I have taken a little cutter, a little round cutter, and I have made circles on all of these and put them together, rolled them up, and this is what you get. So you can see all the colors there. I've kind of made them going from the blue, the green, and to the yellow, so you can see that. I see somebody is watching, so please say something in the comment section so I can say something back and say hi and recognize you. This is an extruder. This is a really valuable tool when you're working with polymer clay. One of the tools that, one of the pieces that I use quite a bit is the spaghetti. You can see that right there, the spaghetti part of the extruder. I use that one, and then for this project, I actually used the triangle. So where is it? Here it is. So you get these little discs. There's probably about 20 little discs that I use, but this one is going to be with the triangle. And what I've done is I've run it through the extruder, and it pulls out a line of color, because when you start pushing that through, whatever end you start with, whether it be the blue or the yellow, you're pushing this through, and so it's actually creating the blue part is actually coming out first, and then the yellow part will come out last. So it gives you a really interesting look to it. Then as each piece comes out, it comes out in that triangle shape, and I cut it into inch squares and then fold each end together and then place them together, and this is what you come up with. I think that this turned out really cool. This is going to make a really cool pattern, and it's going to make for some really nice earrings, bracelet, jewelry, necklace, pendant, you know, whatever. And then rolling it through the pasta machine, flattening it out completely, you can see all the intricate colors that I have there and all the intricate pattern. And again, that's one of the projects that I worked on this week with polymer clay. I think it's a fun project. It's a little time consuming. I think I have learned with polymer clay that you really need to have a lot of patience in order to get to through the process. I like the process, so it doesn't bother me, but a lot of people have a hard time with the process, only because it is time consuming sometimes, for some of these, putting all these colors together, cutting the colors, putting it through the extruder. It can be time consuming, but I find it therapeutic. I love working with polymer clay because it is so diverse. It has a lot of diversity to it. You can decoupage, you can paint it, you can run it through the pasta machine and create more colors. There's just so many things that you can do with it. Another one that I have done this week, another pattern, taking that same triangle I have created with this pattern here, which I think has turned out really well and has a lot of intricate details to it. And one of the things that I did was I made some beads out of it, and people buy my beads in order to make their jewelry with it. So I'm really excited when people do that, knowing that my beads have created another, had a part in a creation that you've made. I think that's exciting. So anytime that I have any extra of a sheet left over that I have made, I make the beads. And sometimes they come, these have the holes already made in them. Sometimes they don't have the hole. Sometimes they are finished. These are sanded, but they do not have a glaze on them. So if you wanted to have a glossy glaze on them, you could put that on there. I try to make anywhere from 8 to 10 beads, and sometimes they're flat and oblong, sometimes they're round. So I do have quite a few beads on my Etsy page, and I'll put that. I do have an Etsy page that you can purchase things from, or if you want to today, you can say something in the comment section, and I'll be glad to get those items to you that you're wanting to purchase, and I will ship to you. So another thing that I've done this week too is I have taken these colors, and that's just telling me that, that I'm live, which I hope I am. So I've taken these colors here and made another part to do in the extruder. So I've got white, teal. This is actually a gold. Polymer clay comes in jewelry gold, which is what this is, and an antique gold, which is kind of a brassy gold. So you can see all of the pieces and parts here. These are the colors that I've used on this next project. Again, I've cut my circles and have rolled them, have put them into this here like this, and then I'm going to put it through the extruder. This time I'm using the spaghetti, or the quite a few of, you can see it there at the end. I call it the spaghetti, but whatever. But it brings out a lot of strands, and you can see, looks like spaghetti. And then I take these individual strands and I roll them. That takes a lot of time, but it's unique and it's unusual that you're not going to find this anywhere else. So you can see here how I have rolled these out, and then you can either cut them and use a cutter with these like they are, or you can stretch them out in your pasta machine and really create a full sheet like this, which I think it's really pretty. I love the earth tones. You can see how it just really is unique. You're not going to find this anywhere else. You know, that's the beauty of polymer clay. It's not going to be anywhere else. You're not going to find the pendant, the earrings, the necklace, the jewelry, whatever you're working with. In order to duplicate this again, it's very difficult. I can use the same colors and still come out with something totally different. It's unique every time and different. And I love that, because then you're not wearing something that everybody else is. With beads that you have bought from a store, pretty much they're going to be the same bead, whether I have strung it this way or you have strung it another way. It's still the same bead. With polymer clay, it's unique. It's different every time. So here is an example of with this one here, this cane that I have used here. I have made these earrings this week, and I thought those turned out really nice. I love the design and the color in these. And I've made 3 different sets, or 3 different shapes. So I see somebody's online, so if you want to say hello, just do so in the comment section. I'd love to say hello back to you. And let me know what state you're from, if you're from a different state, because I'm in Arizona, and would love to chat with you. So here's another design that I have done this week. So it's the same cane, or it's the same colors. And when you're talking about polymer clay, you can say canes or sheets. They also call them veneers. And so this is cut from the same cane or project that I was working on earlier, which is this. And just cutting it in 3 different ways. I bought these cutters here recently. I love the 3D cutters. I wish I had a 3D printer. I think I really would enjoy working with that and making my own cutters. I know it's quite expensive, but who knows where this will go. So these turned out really cute, and then these cutters were a bit smaller than what I'm used to. I really like the bigger, larger earrings, but they're still cute. For you all that do like smaller earrings, and I know that some of my customers do, I have these smaller ones now, and they make beautiful shapes, and they cut evenly. They don't leave a lot of excess hanging off the sides of them, and there's not a lot of sanding to do to them. So you can see there how really these turned out. I've done them in gold. The findings are in gold, but the beauty of this too is that I can do pretty much anything. If you don't want them in gold, then I do them in another color. Silver, copper, whatever you'd like. So before I left to go on my vacation a month ago, I had started working with, I did a veneer or a project using pinks and oranges, and came up with some really pretty colors. So I have this pendant that I have worked on, and I think the colors turned out absolutely beautiful. This is an oblong pendant, and then I have done all the braiding work here, and also on the top here you can see how I have used this bail here, and this is all wire wrapped copper, and you can just, I love the colors. I think it turned out really pretty. And then I've used just the beads for the necklace part. Now the earrings are little teardrops, and I think those turned out really pretty too. Let's see if I can get those to where you can see them. Again, it's the oranges and the pinks. Very summery, very pretty. And this whole set is $30 if you're interested. So you can see there that set and how pretty that is. Very summery. I think you would really, it would really show off nicely with a nice tan for the summertime. And yeah, that would perfect every time. And you're not going to find that anywhere else. The polymer clay is again very unique, and I love it. I made another I had done this a couple of months ago and with seashells, and somebody purchased the blue set that I had, so now I have done it in the pink and the orange, and I think it just turned out really nice. Again, it's that nice coral look to it, and in the starfish and the conch shell on a chain, an open loop chain. This is $30 if you're interested in that, but I think it turned out really super cute. These will be on my Etsy page, or you can contact me and I'll be happy to get those to you also. Another set that I did right before I left to go on vacation, I wanted to wear, I try to match my outfits with my jewelry, and that really makes you stand out a little bit more. But this is a set that I did right before I left, so that way I was wearing this teal, had some teal color in it, and I had these beads, and I thought, why not? So I went ahead and made this. And I absolutely, I got a lot of compliments on it walking through the airport, and I think everybody, people wanted to buy it. As I was walking through the airport, I had somebody stop me and ask me if they could buy it from me. Obviously, I didn't do that because I have it here now, but it is for sale. It is $30, and I'd love to get that to you also. Not only do I do a lot of the jewelry, which you can see behind me, but I also do a lot of home decor, which you can see up on the wall. Some of the things that I've been working on, and this is super cute. I think it turned out really cute. These are tin cans, green beans, corn, peas, whatever. So I've taken the tin cans and decoupaged them, and I think it turned out really cute. Added some moss and some greenery to it, and put a little bow on it. So I think these turned out really cute. I would love to get these to you also. I have a set of 4 right now. This one is, it's thyme. Down here at the bottom, it'll tell you what what it is. And then this one is marjoram. I think I'm saying that right. And I think that one turned out really nice also. And then I've got a couple more up on the wall over here, coriander and lavender. So I will be showing those later, and hopefully they'll be on my Etsy page before too much longer. Another thing that I did was I made this really nice tray, and it says, "It's a good day to have a good day." And of course it is a good day to have a good day. So I've got some embellishment on the side. Now, how did I do this? These are really easy to do, but I have Stampin' Up stamps. These are from Stampin' Up, and I've used these stamps in some regular card ink and card stamps, and made all of this on the sides of this. So just gives it a unique look, and decoupage this in here, and then using my Cricut to do the lettering. It's a good day to have a good day. This is, let's see, this is 30. So if you're interested in this, just tell me you want the tray and I'll get it to you. So that's just some more of the things that I work on. Everything is handmade. Everything that I do, I work on it here in my studio, and I try to make sure that it's all handmade. I don't use a lot of, or I try not to use a lot of things that are bought from the store. I try to make use of things that I have around the house, like this, the cans and the tray that I had, different things like that. So just try and look around your house and see what you have, or thrift stores. I love going to thrift stores and finding things that I can recreate things with. And speaking of that, I have I've been doing a lot of work lately with jewelry boxes, And I just absolutely love taking an old, tired jewelry box and doing something different with it. Repainting it is not just enough. I have to embellish it. So you can see here, this is all decoupaged. And then you can see on the side here, it's freesias, which are really pretty flowers. And then I've got a stamp up here. So this is a napkin, and this is a French script stamp that I used. And then on the top, you've got butterflies. And it says Le Jardin, Paris, 1870. So you've got some butterflies and some freesias. And then you've got, this comes with 2 drawers. And you can see that there. And then the top opens up to give you everything for your jewelry. So this is $35 if you're interested in this. Again, I love taking old boxes and recreating something brand new out of them. So if you're interested in that today, just say something in the comment section like, I want the jewelry box, and I'll get that to you. Buying from here is really simple. All you have to do is tell me that you want it, and then I'll send you an invoice at the end of this. You'll need to provide your email address, and I'll get that invoice to you. Whether you have PayPal or not, whether you are a customer with PayPal or not, it will still take your payment, and it's just an easier way for me to work with getting this, what you're asking for, to you. Here's some of that. This is some circles that I did a couple of weeks before I left. I was, again, working with the oranges, the pinks, and the reds. Again, taking the extruder and making the circles and then cutting them out, this is what you come up with. And I think those turned out super cute. And then the charm on the top just really brings out those colors. Again, I've done that in gold. And then, of course, living in Arizona, you have to have a cactus earring. So these are the cactus earrings that I have done. And I've done them on, this is a post. And you can see here the orange and the caramel color. It's more caramel than orange this time. And you know, as you're working with the clay and working with the clay, it starts to become more one color. And eventually it will start to get grayish in color and unusable. Don't ever throw away what you feel like is unusable clay, because you can take it, and what I like to do is when I do have a sheet or a veneer, something like this, I'll take the clay that I can't use anymore for anything and make a bead out of it and then cover it with a sheet that I have made. So that way you're using up more of your clay and it's not going to waste. You're not going to throw it away. Again, sticking with that pink and orange theme, these turned out really pretty. You can see the swirl pattern in that. I just love, 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 love. These turned out really super cute. And then I've got the little embellishment at the top here. Again, these are the gold and, I'm sorry, the pink and the orange. Very summery, very pretty. So you can see I did a lot with, I've got 2 jewelry sets and several pairs of earrings that I've done with the pink and the orange. And then these have the red coming into it and a little embellishment on the top. So these are 15. The earrings are 15. So if you're interested in these will be on my Etsy page, or you can message me and I'll be glad to get these to you. And then I have a dragonfly bracelet, which I think turned out really cute. These are some beads that I found at a thrift store, and I went ahead and just strung them with some copper and some amber colors. And it's 3 strands, and it's a stretchy, and then it has a little copper charm on it too, with the little rings here. So this stretchy little bracelet is $15 if you're interested in that. But I think the dragonflies are really cute, lots of fun, and then you can wear it with just about anything because of the amber and the copper. So anyway, if you're interested in those, just let me know. And then these came out really nice. So I've taken a block of wood, and I have put, I've added, this was a piece that I had, was already a napkin that I had, and I just added the bees and the beehive. I've added this, the checkerboard down here, and it has a little black bow with some string around the middle of it here, and it says, "Welcome to our hive." To go with that, this is a set of 3. You can buy just the ones, each one separately if you wanted to. But then you've got Be Kind, and you've got Be Happy, Be Kind and Be Happy, yes. So it does come as a set of 3 if you wanted to. They're $15 a piece. So if you want to purchase all 3, you can, or you can buy them separately. But these turned out really super cute. I just love the way the designs turned out, and the checkerboard pattern gives it a nice farmhouse look. And then lastly for today, I have a bathroom sign. So it has soak, relax, and enjoy with the little mason jars in here. How did I do this embellishment here? Bubble wrap. Bubble wrap with a little bit of paint on it, and you get this nice little embellishment there. I think it turned out really cute. So that gives you some ideas today, as not only do I do the jewelry, but I also do home decor. Love working with the polymer clay. I'm going to start giving some tips and tricks on card making next week, because I do this Facebook Live every Wednesday at 1, and that is Arizona time. So if you are on the East Coast, it would be 4 o'clock, 3 o'clock there. So it's about 3 hours difference. Arizona does not recognize daylight savings time. So it's actually, we would be considered Pacific time right now. But at any rate, thank you for joining me today. I hope that I've given you some ideas to start working on your own with some polymer clay, and some ideas and some tips and tricks that might help you. So I hope that you have a good day, and I'll be back here next Wednesday, and bring your friends, and I will put your name in a basket and hopefully draw your name at the end of the month, so we can have, so you can have either a pair of earrings or a bracelet. All right, have a good week. Thanks again. Bye-bye.